They placed me in a special department unit, TV. And it was entirely mind blowing for me. But I took interest because every child that came into the classroom, they had a special need. And then the head teacher would say to me, Miss T, I think you can deal with that child. I'm like, why? We're five teachers here. Why must it be me? The difficult ones. And as time went by, I was so much into these children. I'm like, if everybody's not loving them, and then they come into the class in the morning, they're running, Miss T, Miss T. You're not allowed to hug them. You're not allowed to give them a kiss. But these children will come to me, Miss T, I need a hug, Miss T. Some of them will come to school stinking, smelling of pee, because parents will just drop them and zoom off. So one day I spoke to the head teacher. I said, what can we do about this? Oh, she said, oh, Miss T, she just dropped it. I said, no, we're going to do something about it. So I spoke to the assistant principal in my school. And then she said, okay, that's a good idea, but how do we go about it? I said, we're going to, in the school that I was working, we had an open classroom where we had um, a washing machine and a dryer, and there's a bathroom in it with a shower. So I said, we teachers in the special department, we contribute $10 every Monday. And we did that for a while. So every child that came in unkept, we bring out clothes, give them a bath. So they made it my own duty. So I was in charge of it, which I really liked. And then I was so interested in what is going on with these children. So I started doing research before I went back to school to study special education. And mind you, I have 4 of them in my house. 2 of them I've adopted. They are non-verbal, non-visual, autistic. I've had them since when they were 3. And they give me so much joy. They're twins. And the other 2 girls are the same thing. They give me joy because when you read the summary, they will tell you, I'll use Sarah. Sarah cannot talk. Sarah cannot do this. Sarah cannot do that. But when Miss T handles Sarah, we turn the table around. You hear my principal will say, oh, Miss T, how are you doing it? They've condemned these children. But with the love, and then every child is unique in their own way. I didn't stop there. I went to do a PhD so that I want to know more about this thing, which I did. And then whilst I was doing that, I came to Nigeria. I didn't stay in Lagos. I went to Ibadan. I met with Miss Grace, and I said, I am looking for children with the spectrum. I don't want the rich ones. I want the ones in the rural communities. She thought I was joking. I said, you're going to come with me on this mission. We started looking for. We have more kids, but we can't bring all of them. That was how we started. And then we had a doctor, Dr. Hope. She's going to be here soon. Testing them. We took them to the hospital, identifying each child. And here we are today. Even in America, they still call me Dr. T. Do you want to come back into the classroom? I said no, because all the ones that I have helped, they're thriving. Some of them have, when they say a child cannot speak and the child is calling you mommy, a child is saying, I want to eat. And they said the child cannot talk. My 2 boys, they said they couldn't walk, but they are walking. It is the love. And then with what my other sister said, when you know what is wrong and then you accept it, you will love that child more. It is when we do not see. Most of we parents do not like to accept the disability. It's not a disability, it's a lifestyle. When you accept it, you will love them from the bottom of your heart. And then you'll be able to take good care of them, wearing them clean clothes, giving them a bath twice a day. In my house, they have to have a bath twice a day. They have to look clean because that is a lifestyle. And whatever they tend to want to do, I encourage them because that is what they are good at, not what I want them to do. But we as parents, we're the one mentoring them. The bath of Bethel Xafe is I didn't know I was going to come this far, to be honest. I didn't know. I just said, you know what, let's gather these children, let me start helping them. And we went to schools in Ibadan. We have what's the name of that school again in Ibadan? Auntie Grace, can you help me? IMG. So we're partnering with them in Ibadan because that's where I started from. And then we give school bags, school books, we paid school fees, we bought uniforms, we did quite a lot of stuff. And then, you see, it gives me joy. What I'm saying is not just something from yesterday. It's not a profit-making organization. It is love-making organization. Thank you very much for coming, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Please, let's appreciate Dr. Akonde. Please, we can do better than that. Please, let's do this together. Well. That mission, that vision, it's something to really, really think about. One thing I have learned is if we can all but love ourselves in this dear country called Nigeria, I think it will be a better place for us to live in. There's this culture. For instance, you're going on the road now and someone falls down. Bah! The first thing most of us will do is either to take our phones out and start recording. I don't know. I feel so bad because when she made mention of what that lifestyle looks like abroad in the US or in more developed countries, you have someone call 911. You have someone get there, try to raise that person up. But here, we will bring our phone. We will start recording content. For her, over the years, to have been able to bring kids like this, and I'm looking forward to that year, one day, someday, Dr. Akonde, where you will hear Speaker of the House of Representatives or Senator will come from all these kids. Seriously. When I came in earlier and the kids started strolling in, I sat down there. I'm trying to get that face. One of them came to me and prostrated. And I looked at him. I held him, shook him. I wish I could get his face. And he went. But that gesture of that young boy touched me. He must have been taught quite a whole lot about respect up in here, at home, at the foundation. And just as I said, if we can all but just love ourselves in Nigeria, alone, this country is a great place to live in. But then, Kokomi, I don't know. It's none of my business. Bethel Xafe Foundation, we appreciate you. Please, let's appreciate them together with me, please. Let's appreciate them. Thank you. Now, we also have done this earlier, but you know what it looks like? Traffic in Lagos. Me that came from Ibadan today, I had to leave like 6:30 a.m. because I know that if by the time I am able to pass Beggar and I enter but if traffic catches me up there, Kemi or Mrs. Dr. Akonde will tell me, Mr. Do, where are you? Moti Waleko, but I'm stuck But then it's fine. Thank you so much. So we will not really get too angry about this because at the point I've been calling you, and he's on his way. He's on his way. Bawo, please make welcome with me, ladies and gentlemen. Our first speaker for the day. He's a voice actor, a director, and autism advocate. Let's welcome together Mr. Remy Olutimayi as he steps forward. Mr. Remy, please. It's about our time. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Just for full disclosure, I'm not just on the spectrum, I'm also a parent of children on the spectrum. And if you're a parent, you know every day is an adventure. You don't know what is going to store. We don't know what is going to hold in store for you, but you know you have to meet it with love and focus. Yes. Ah, that's so cool. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. I want to thank you guys for inviting me here. I like taking every opportunity I can to help to rewrite the stories that are told about children on the spectrum. For people like me, it would be very easy to just hide and pretend, oh no, I didn't have any journey like that, you know. People had misunderstandings with me when I was growing up, but that's fine, you know. I adjusted. And I think that is unfair to the children coming up, because as I stand here right now, I'm the result of contributions and strength people poured into me. You might think that you might not see the results immediately, because raising children is not like cooking Indomie. It's not. And you are investing not just into their future, but you're investing into how they will going to contribute and shape society. Now, as I'm standing here right now, I am to a degree a bit confident that most of you don't really know what I do. As we mentioned the voice actor, director, but you don't really. I don't have a monument dedicated to what I've contributed to society. But I can tell you this. As I mentioned some of these things, please understand they came from an autistic mind. They did not come from a. So if any of you has watched Area, has anybody seen that cartoon? No, another Area. And my husband has been caught. Yes, I'm the voice director for that. No, that animation is what started the Nigerian animation industry as you know it now. When we did that, the lead animator knew that if it was going to work, he needed somebody who understood voice acting. And at the depth that I did at the time. And I did that. I have continually done what I can to push the envelope, respecting. Well, this is the thing. I got my diagnosis about 8 years ago. I was already 40. But prior to that, because of the love my parents had given me, because of the kinds of friends that I had who accepted me as I was and did not, should we say, well, human beings generally, whenever we come across something else or someone that is different, we tend to turn it into some sort of a territorial war. It's like a battle. There's a chap, his name is Nick Shackleton Jones. I think he's going to be my new best friend. I just came across him 2 days ago. And he explained what I experienced when I was in banking. As in, my career is very. I've been in advertising. I've been in banking. I've been in. At Sound City. I've worked in Sound City. These were all of these places. I was good at my work, but my neurodiversity kept getting in the way. Nick Shackleton explained some of the things that puzzled me, because I suspect he's also on the spectrum, but he studied psychology and many things, so there's a way he could break it down. And he said that what I'm going to tell you right now, if you look back in your experience, you will see that it actually matches along with your experience. So at the beginning of a meeting, when everybody starts speaking, the neurodiverse normally just like to be quiet and observe and see what's going on. Meanwhile, the neurotypical, when they are saying their names and saying what they do and saying their position and things like that, he's saying what they are doing is that they are carving up territory in terms of their authority to speak for the rest of the meeting. And that if you are quiet, that means you have no space, you have no room, nothing. If you have anything to say, they will overlook it because you did not establish your territory at the beginning. I didn't understand this, but I suffered it through my corporate career. And I don't blame anybody because, in honesty, that's just how the world works. I'm here because I want to talk about the stories that we tell about our children, we tell about the people who are on the spectrum. Because if those stories are not told, the way these people would explain their position and what they do at the beginning of a meeting, further down the line, these children have no purchase in society. They will need somebody else to speak for them. And nobody can tell your story better than you. Nobody. Nobody. So I would, one of the things that I like about my work is that it's put me in a position where I can actually tell stories comfortably. I don't need somebody's permission to be able to tell a story well. I don't need somebody's permission to tell my story. As soon as I got my diagnosis, I realized that there must be an ocean of people like myself because the diagnosis came out, I think, in 1980, and I'm older than the diagnosis. You know, and we know how things take time to catch up here in terms of like new developments in the medical field. So I must have been past my teens by the time people started taking it seriously. By the time people started taking we are looking at the same thing, but we are not all seeing the same thing. Now, 4 out of the 5 may agree on what they are seeing. But when I say what it is that I see, nobody's like, this guy is always like that. No, they've created room for me. Now that's tied to the stories that they and I have shared growing up. And I think that we need to be more proactive about the stories regarding the children, regarding who they are, what it is that is the power of a story. And NEPA had taken light. And I was walking between the buildings. And NEPA had taken light. And I was walking between the buildings. And I saw one woman, she was tall, and she was like this. And I saw one woman, she was tall, and she was like this. And she was talking to herself, because I did not know it was a cell phone in her hand. Herself. Because I did not know it was a cell phone in her hand. You can see me, I cannot defend my. When the person walked past me, I said, oh, she's going to go and find another victim. But as and the third thing is that for parents who get a diagnosis for their child, they will be looking for those stories, not just for comfort, but some sort of orientation. I hope I'm not the first person. I'm not the only person that's facing this thing. Since I stepped forward as a self-advocate 8 years ago, I have come across people my age, even older, who are asking questions because they are not sure. Mental health is taboo. As in, like, if you are Gen X, mental health is taboo. If you say, I want to see a psychologist or therapist, the label has been slapped on you. And so doubts that never existed before start to come up. And for me, but I honestly, I don't care. I kept coming across people who I sensed might have been on the spectrum like myself, even though I didn't know the word. And I saw them suffering in places that I had to engineer safety for myself. And the challenge is that, especially for where I am on the spectrum, the safety I could engineer could only be for myself. I didn't know enough to engineer safety for others like myself. And ah, wow, sorry. It's been over 45 years since I've been on this journey. But I want to also encourage the parents here that, look, who your child is going to be in the future, what successes they are going to have, what kind of career they're going to, whatever achievements they have, it is not your property. Your responsibility is to love that child in such a way that they know they can boldly do their best. It was literally like about a year before my father died before he understood what I was doing. This is a man, the guy, he schooled in Princeton, Columbia, very exposed person, architect, civil engineer, so many things like that. But the thing I laud him for is that he had the courage to just give me space to be, and that space to be allowed me many things that he allowed me to do many things for myself that he could not do for me. It allowed me to carve a career for myself. It allowed me to be bold with my gifts. When people you'd be surprised how many people have uncomplimentary, unsavory things to say. And it's not because what you're doing is bad. It's because they don't understand how you're doing what you are doing. And for some reason, they feel owed that gift that you have. And I don't think it's a case of some just neurotypicals against neurodiverse. I think it just happens generally. The boldness that my parents gave me, in my close friends would let you know, I have an appetite for bullies. If somebody tries to bully me or try to bring down what it is that I would do, I would have facts, I would have figures, and because I did out of self-reflection, and I did a bit of psychology studies in psychology. I would be able to tell their weaknesses, and I would then tear them apart. I said, look, if you want to know, you know. If you want to ask questions, ask questions. Don't come here and start pretending like I owe you something. Don't start pretending as if, oh, if not for you, you would. If not for me, yeah, you would not. Look, I am what I am, regardless of you. You might think, no, that's something happened in secondary school, teenagers. No, that thing, it still happens. It still happens as today. I understand there's a different vibe that I give off, which gives some people the courage, or should I say confidence, to try and speak that way to me. And that's fine. The kids, we won't always be there with them to fend off bullies. We won't always be there to protect them from how the world is. But what we can do is not just invest into them, but we should also give them the stories they should tell themselves about themselves, so that they can quickly orient themselves to the world. Because you can't, breakfast is waiting for everybody, but it's how you sit at the table with your napkin and your fork and knife that will determine whether the breakfast will have you or you will have the breakfast. So yeah, that's for me, that's my word of encouragement.
Thank you.
So thank you for hearing me out. Hey, come in. How you doing?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please, let's put our hands together properly for Mr. Remy Olutimai, please. Thank you. Woo! Before you go, it's something a whole lot we'll have to talk about. Mr. Remy Olutimai, a voice artist, an advocate. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. All right. Do we do that now, Doctor? Okay. All right. Quickly, first of all, let me recognize the presence of an international behavior analyst, an autism advocate, and founder, Cradle Lounge, Mrs. Sholakbe Azazi. Where are you, please? Mrs. Sholak? Mrs. Sholakbe? Good to see. I know, don't kneel down. I don't. It is well. Where's our shirt? Go and wear our shirts quickly. Please, let's welcome her once again with a round of applause. Thank you, Mrs. Azazi. But before we bring her to the floor here, because I've been told that some of our journalists, my colleagues in this industry, would be leaving. I would want Miss Dr. Oluwatosin Akonde, Dr. Adiola Ekeni, Mr. Mark, Dr. Nubi, Mrs. Oguntoye for a group photograph quickly before we bring in. Okay, yeah, Mr. Demola, you're here. I'm a journalist. I won't find out. Please, can we all come forward? Please, can we come forward? Mommy, Mrs. Asadebe, please come. Who else? Where? Mrs. Osadebe, Mr. Demola, please. Mr. Demola, please come. Mr. Femi, yes, Mr. Femi, please. Please come. Me, I'm not going to be amongst you. Mrs. Shola. Okay, Mr. Demola, please. Dr. Akonde, please, you in the middle, not there. Sorry. Mr. Olakwe, please come quickly. First thing. Okay. Sir, please come. Please join them. Ma'am, no, come, please. Mrs. Osadebe. Hey, you want me to say, mommy, heavenly? Is that the one you want? Oh yeah. Oh boy. Mr. Emmanuel from South Africa. Did I get it? Please come. Please. Yes. Before we go straight to the official launch of our magazine, Mrs. Abiade, can that camera? Can we pick her from that side? Where's Mr. Emmanuel? Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, that's my boy. Are we ready? You ready? My DJ, slide music on the background. Slide music on the background. Our dear brother from the news agency. Oh yeah, where are you quickly? I'm gonna wait for you. Bye. Where's Kemi? She's not here. Oh boy, where's Kemi? She should be in this week. Okay. Hip. Please, who's that? Who else? Dr. Hope, please. Oh, Dr. Hope, please come. Welcome. I won't mind. Dr. Hope, welcome. Thank you. Dr. Hope, please be in the middle of those two young men. Please be in their middle. Thank you. Thank you. Are we good? Cameraman, are we good? Thank you, Bosun Sally. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Wow. Thank you, Dr. Nui. Thank you, sir. Dr. Nubi. Okay, lady. Uh, all right. Yeah, slightly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We are still going to take a group photograph of all of us, please. So let's not be too much in a hurry. But I'd like to, at this moment in time, on behalf of Dr. Oluwatosin Akonde, we'd like to thank the CEO and founder of Afri Invoice, who has committed to supporting Bethel Xafe Foundation with 100,000 naira for the next 12 months from April 2026 to April 2027. Please, let's show him some love. Mr. Mark, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It's going to get better. And so much better. My ushers, please come. Because of the want of time, before I bring in Dr. Sholakpe, before I bring in Mrs. Sholakpe and Dr. Hope, quickly, I'm going to call, just hold on. I will get to you. This is one beautiful piece. Bethel Xafe Autism Foundation, Inclusion Beyond Policy. The 2026 edition is here. Now, when it comes to us supporting ourselves, who should I call first? The man or the woman? Who's going to start with like ₦1 million naira? Should I call a man or a woman? Who? Who should I call first? Both of them. But it's a man first. That's a man first. Why not a woman first to come? Truthfully, ladies and gentlemen, truthfully, Dr. Akonde, I said, look, TD, I'm not asking anybody to give me any money for this, but I am the one insisting. When you do something good, if you go through this magazine, you will know that this is something good. And no matter how large, I told us earlier, I don't say no matter how little, no matter how large, this will be supported in one way or the other. And I'm going to allow the men to start to show the women that we are still in charge. The men in the house, are we still in charge? Correct. The men are saying, you're still in charge. Eh? Now, at this point in time, let me call on Mr. Ajayi. Yes. Our bankers, our foundation bank, our everything, to God be the glory. Please make welcome with me, Mr. Ajayi. Mr. Ajayi, please come. You do it on a personal note. You do it on. You can say all the money is Sterling Bank. You are giving. We will support your. We will support. Don't talk into Dr. Akonde's ears. Mr. Ajayi, my boy, it is. Whenever I hold him, Mike, God, I dash you. All right. I know he doesn't want to mention 5. That's 5 million. Really? Just 5 million. No, it's not. Thank you. Thank you. It's not. Dr. Akonde, this one you're covering. Paddy. Thank you. We appreciate you. Please appreciate Doctor. My dear brother, Mr. Demola Dada, please give me 5. Mr. Demola Dada, where are you, sir? Mr. Demola Dada, I love this man. See, we are all secured here. Boko Haram, they can't come here. When they know Mr. Demola is here. Mr. Demola, no, thank you, Bawu. Please, on behalf of how many millions? Thank you. God bless you.
All right. I'll pay 100,000 for each of them.
He's going to pay 100,000 for each of them, and I'm giving him 5. Please put your hands and appreciate Mr. Demola. Thank you. God bless you. That's what we are talking about. I can work at night anytime now. I know I have Mr. Demola. Look, nobody can do me anything now. Women, I'm coming Mr. Mike has given us 100,000 for 1 year. For 1 year, for a month, every month for 1 year. Mr. Mark. 1, 3, 4, 5, Abby. Yeah, I wanted to do 10 because I will personally go and give Mr. Mike. Me, I love him. Somebody cannot come from Yankee and Mr. Mike, he is the CEO. Afri Invoice. I'm not going to ask him, but I know he knows what to do. Thank you, Mr. Mike. God bless you. We appreciate. You said 1 million. Okay. Okay. I'll write another. You write that. Hey, please appreciate this. Appreciate. Oh no. Let me get. Hey, please keep this for me. He will write another. He's a notepad. Let me give you writing pad. Okay, you have one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Now, I'm sorry. Please get his name properly for me. So I will do that. Mrs. Osadebe, Mama Heavenly, the woman of virtue, the woman God has chosen by himself, a daughter of Zion. Heavenly, come. Heavenly, come on behalf of your mom. Dr. Larry, I'm coming to say, on behalf, give me 2. Heavenly, how much should mommy pay us?
100,000 for
100,000
for one.
Go and give your mother. Yeah, go. No, what is wrong with our school fees? Nothing is wrong with our school fees. 100,000 naira per one. Wait, for one, the 2. Don't come back here. Don't come back. Hey, meeting ball. Who? She Abi. Give me another 2. She now. Mommy Heavenly, on behalf of yourself, she's giving us 500,000 naira. Please, when are we going? Who's our manager? If you need one, she is the one. Oh, party. Dr. Larry Dowu. How many did you give him? No, 5, 3 bow. You will hear a book. English is sweet in his mouth, and every language. Dr. Larry, thank you so much. I greet you.
Thank you, Mr. Ido.
We don't always like to show off.
Okay, I will donate 100,000 naira for it.
For each. Thank you so much. He's giving us 100,000. Thank you. Kemi, are you noting all this? Okay. Where am I going to? Parents, please put heads together. Put heads together. You will clap for yourself when I hear how much. Mr. Emmanuel, I love you and I love what you have been doing. We appreciate the gesture. We love you and we thank you. Please make welcome, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you. God bless you. And don't do South African rando. No, in Naira. What should we expect? Thank you. Kemi. Okay. This man.
I know him.
Oh my God. The Lord God has been using him for us. Yes. He will use him again this afternoon.
Hello. I'm not kind of prepared, but I can do 50,000.
Thank you so much. He's doing us a 50,000. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Dr. Nubi. Yeah. Just give me 3. No. Let me do 4. Dr. Nubi. Mrs. Oguntoye, I'm coming. Dr. Nubi. God bless you, sir.
Do it for a sum of 40,000 for
one.
No, for all.
He's doing us 40,000 naira for the 4 of them. God bless you, sir. Mommy Oguntoye. I love see. Okay. No, you're not the first woman. God bless you, Mommy Oguntoye.
I'll reach out to her.
God bless you, Dr. Akonde. Trust and the team. She is amazingly amazing. Parents, get ready. Whatever you're putting together, let me know, and I will know how many I'm going to give to you this point in time. DJ, you collect our money now. How much are you launching this week? Brother, leave that guy. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, but quickly, Mr. Oye, you are part. Okay, don't let me call. Don't worry. All right. Please, I quickly would want Dr. Yeah. I need, please. Where's the Kemi? Please, can you help us get more? I need 5. Quickly. Quickly. Come, my brother. Quickly, so that we can. Mr. Shegun Adekoya, they told me about you, and I am pleased to meet you eventually. Please, can I have 3 more? Okay, quickly. Mary Jane, Mary, please come quickly before I want more. Mr. Olutimai, I'm not even giving. I'm coming. Mr. Adekoya, Egbon mi alalubarika. God bless you, sir. You are friends, and your friendship will not be tarnished. It will not be destroyed. Please do more than him. He has just done 500,000. Please, this and all. What's your? I love you, sir. Thank you. All right. Now, Mr. Olutimai. Mr. Olutimai. All right. That's going to be like 100,000. Thank you, Mr. Olutimai. Thank you. 100,000 for him. Where's Dr. Hope? I'm looking out. Where's Dr. Hope? I'm coming out. All right. Dr. Hope. The hope in Christ is the salvation to glory. How did they say? Dr. Hope. That's 100,000. By God's grace. 50,000. Okay. Please let me appreciate Dr. Hope. 50,000, Dr. Hope. God bless you. Yeah. Dr. Sholakbe. I've elevated you. Mrs. Sholakbe. That's 100,000 in Jesus' name. Please, it's recorded. God bless you. And it's on this note, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I'll bring this to every other person. Thank you, Mary Jane. Thank you. Quickly, I know that it will not be nice of her to not say something to us here. So I'd like to call an international behavior analyst, an autism advocate, and founder, Cradle Lounge. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome with me with a big round of applause, Mrs. Sholakbe Azazi. Please, let's put our hands together for her, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be amongst your midst today. I think Remy has spoken and Evanly has spoken. I missed Evanly's parts, even though I really wanted to listen to her. but I'm sure that there will be a recording somewhere and I can listen to it over and over and over again. So I was told to give a talk on a title. I want to get the exact title, and I don't have a slide or anything because it's a title that I think is synonymous to me as a caregiver and also with the kind of work that I do. Um, so the title that I was given was When Inclusion Becomes a Lifestyle and Not Just a Policy. And for me, that was a very synonymous topic for me because a lot of times we hear inclusion. We use it as a buzzword all over the place. In fact, some people will say, oh, I'm very inclusive with the things I do. And, you know, inclusion, 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 inclusion. But most times when you see inclusion in action, because inclusion is a verb, and so if inclusion is a verb, then that means it has to be an actionable word. But many times we use inclusion as a noun. You hear in schools, for example, someone will say, oh, we're an inclusive school. And then you go into the school and no accommodation has been made for the child that they've brought into the classroom. Even within the subject, there's no accommodation to ensure that that child is included in that space. However, they would brand a policy and show it to you and say, oh, we are inclusive. This is our inclusion policy. And it's a lot for me because I am also a mom of a child with autism. And I know how much it is like for the kind of things that I have to put in to ensure that even in the home space is very inclusive, is very included in what we do. Sometimes you would hear parents who tell you, oh, I'm trying to be included. I'm trying to be inclusive. I'm trying to include my child in the space, but I just don't know where to start from. And I realize that it's because you're looking at inclusion as a noun. You're looking at it from inclusion, the big word. Oh, inclusion. What are we doing? How are we including ourselves? But this is inclusion. You've included this category of people into this space. We have made sure that their needs, their sensory needs are met. So we didn't just say, oh, we're just going to have some people and integrate them into our space. But we had made sure that, okay, in case they are going to, the light might be too bright, let's put them away from that bright light. Let's ensure that wherever they are seated is not where the mic is going to be so loud that it's going to make them inconvenient. That is inclusion in the simple way of it. It's very practical, very actionable. Even in our home spaces, you can say to yourself, okay, maybe the meal today is going to be rice. Okay, it doesn't eat all these vegetables, but it's rice. I'm going to make sure that every meal on the table is a rice meal. Whether I'm eating jollof rice, you're eating fried rice, you're eating whatever it is. We have included our children or our individuals with autism in that space. Another way we can look at inclusion is in the classroom spaces, because a lot of times our school owners, our teachers, they would say to you, I have an inclusive policy in place, but that child is just a number in your classroom. You're not even ensuring that that child is learning. That child is just there, integrated in your classroom and just marking a register. How about making sure that within the curriculum, within the lesson plan, you make sure that if I'm teaching math, for example, I can decide that because we're teaching math, I have a child that is on the level of 1 + 1, but I'm in level 5, year 5, and we're doing maybe 4 units, 4 number units. I can make sure that that class work has one question that would include that child. So when I'm calling Tade, I'm calling Jide, I'm calling Bayo, the child I'm calling maybe is Obi. I will make sure that Obi's question is included in that lesson plan. And then I just call Obi. Obi, this is your question, 1 + 1. And then he answers. What it does is that it gives dignity to that child, to that human being. Because what you're saying is, I see you. You deserve to be here. And I'm acknowledging that you're not just taking space, but you have a right to be here and to participate and to be acknowledged as one of us. This year's theme for World Autism Day happens to be the value of humanity. And for me, I feel like that is very, very big, because a lot of times we see individuals with autism and we only see the label. We don't see past the label. We don't see the things that that individual can do. We don't see the potential. I tell you someone has autism and the first thing is you do a pity party. Why are you doing a pity party? Autism simply is a different neurotype. It doesn't mean I cannot. It doesn't mean that person has been condemned to a life of failure. It means that there are so many possibilities that we can put in place for that individual in terms of support, in terms of intervention that would change the outcome for that person. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is that when we look at inclusion and we look at it as a policy, we have failed to see the whole essence of inclusion. When we're looking at inclusion, we should always look at it from the angle of a verb, an actionable word. What can we do that is different? What are we doing right now to ensure that every human life has value and is very included, and everyone is seen and everyone is represented with the best way they can? Thank you.
Thank you, dude. Please, let's encourage Mrs. Sholakbe Azazi, an international behavior analyst, autism advocate, and founder, Cradle Lounge. Thank you most sincerely. Please, once again, let's appreciate her with a big round of applause. Thank you. Woo! We are getting there. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of us whereby we have pledged to support us with our from the magazine, and you want to do it sharp, please, that's the account number on the projector. So please, we can easily just do this, and we will be glad to hear and see those alerts coming in. Okay, right now, I know Mrs. Hope is somewhere in the building also. I'm going to call on her very shortly, but please, let's get ready also as, for the presentation of gifts to the children. That is going to be coming up very shortly. So please, parents, teachers, please get ready. I will want you to help us put the kids together properly so that once we do the presentation, it's going to be smooth sailing here. Madam Kemi, where are you? I need your attention, please. DJ, please, can I have it? DJ, please, can I have it on the slide note? Sound, music on the slide note while we just put something together, and I'll call Mrs. Hope to please come forward, please. Thank you, DJ.
Your grace is all I see. Your mercies I ever knew. Daily, oh, daily, oh, daily. You turn my life around. Give me a brand new song. You did do wonder. Your grace is all I see. Your mercies I ever knew. Daily, oh, daily. You turn my life around. Give me a brand new song. You did do wonder. Jesus, you did do wonder.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you. Thank you, darling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, quickly, I know there are questions that we would love to ask. Mary Jane or one of the ushers, please, you can come. I needed someone, one of the ushers. Mary Jane. Do we have questions that we would love to ask so that we can get clarity, get answers to them? Parents, you're not exempted. Questions you would want to ask, please just signify so that I can bring this microphone close to you and we can get clarity from Dr. Akonde. Dr. Akonde, please, your attention is apt at this moment in time.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm Ajayi Mary. I have 3 questions. Number 1, what causes autism during pregnancy? Then number 2, is there any medication treatment for autistic child? Number 3, autism symptoms.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the questions. I'll pass it to Dr. Hope.
Okay.
So that she'll be able to explain to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Hope, thank you.
Thank you.
You heard the questions, ma'am.
Yes, I
All
did.
right. What causes autism during pregnancy? That's the first one. And are there medication treatment for autism, an autism child? What are the symptoms of autism?
All right. Autism per se is the way the brain developed within the womb. Just take it that this is the way God has made this child. In his own way. In our own way. I don't know, we see ourselves better than autistics, people living with autism. We see ourselves better because we're able to function, we can bathe ourselves, the way we respond to the environment. But this is the way God has made them. So it's not because you didn't eat well. It's important to eat well anyway during pregnancy. It's not because you didn't take your multivitamins, your folic acid and all that. But all those things actually help to prevent other abnormalities in the child. But you see this autism. And that is why the child is actually born normal. The child is born normal. And it's a very observant mother that will be able to start picking that. I drop something, the child doesn't even shake. From about 6 months and all that. Beyond that, you won't even know. Because the child will eventually sit, walk, and all that, But for some people, the only time the mothers notice is that the child is not able to talk, or you're talking, or cannot maintain an eye contact, and they are very, call them very sensitive. Like I said, it is the way God has made them. You cannot say this is what causes autism.
The medication, what are the types of medication for treatment?
Well, it's like saying, what medication should I take for sitting down here? What medication should I take before? They are like everybody else. We're talking about inclusion. We're talking about let's leave all those things we write as policy and all that. Let's enable them live life the way to the best of their ability. That's it. So medication is as it arises. If they have eye issues, if they are irritable and all that, it's as the need arises. You wouldn't just get up and take anti-malarials, antibiotics for no reason.
And what are the symptoms of autism?
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, they present differently. Different people, because it's a spectrum. Some are high performing, some are the lowest of them. So the only thing you notice that I come in, I smile at you, you smile back at me.
Yes, ma'am.
Most times, that's the first thing they don't really respond the way other people would. You know, they don't maintain that eye contact. They easily they are triggered by lights and all that, or excessive noise and all that. Different people manifest
in different ways. Thank you, Dr. Hope. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Mrs. Aziza,
okay,
put more light into that, please.
All right.
Okay, Dr. Hope has said quite a lot, and the only thing I probably will want to add is when we're talking about the symptoms, you know, she had said it presents differently, but what is it that it presents differently? There are three main characteristics. We're talking about communication. We're talking about how the child uses language that's receptive and, you know, expressive language. So the first thing you would usually notice with a child that has a developmental delay is when he is not meeting the milestones in terms of communication. For each child at a particular age, you're expected to meet several milestones. So for a child at 12 to 24 months, you should be using one word. And then I think by 24 months, you should be stringing 2 words. You know, mommy take, daddy go, come, cup, water, you know, those kind of words. So in our own setting, when you notice that at a particular age, your child is not using those words, it's a sign of concern. It does not mean the child has autism, but it simply means that it is a reason for you to start to check and become a detective with your child and start to look at all these other things that I'm going to list out. So we are looking at the communication. We are looking at the interaction, the child's interaction. And Dr. Hope said something, when your child is not giving eye contact. For example, you call a child, tade, the child is not listening, that's the receptive language we're talking about. The child is not comprehending what you're saying. That's a red flag. You are in a room, you expect, you know, the child should be able to play with certain things or interact with his environment. He's not doing that. Sometimes you can even have a child, you have a ball, the child is not even tracking the ball, he's not even aware of his environment or where he is in time and space. That is a red flag. Now, it doesn't also still mean that the child has autism, but now we are starting to have red flag here, red flag here. Then you have behavior. You have, you know, there are ways that the child will react to loud noise. You see some children, they hear loud noise, they're covering their ears with their hand, or they're spinning round and round. Or those are like the classic example. Another example, because when you talk to some parents, they say, he doesn't do that. But there's maybe a radio station, maybe a TV show that they're watching, and they will always rewind it back to that 30 seconds. When the 30-second pass again, they will rewind it again. That is repetitive behavior. It's just not happening in the way we are thinking the child must be doing this and that. That is classic repetitive behavior. So now we're now stacking those things. We've stacked communication. We've stacked we've stacked interaction, social interaction. We have now stacked behavior, repetitive behavior or restrictive behavior. You will see some children, if you mix rice and stew together, they can never eat that food. Or if you put fried rice, you have all those color. They will remove all those color individually before they can eat that rice. Now they want a pattern. Those are restrictive behavior. So when we are talking about restrictive behavior, that is a classic example of restrictive behavior. When we're talking about restrictive behavior, you see some children, if they've not worn this color blue shirt, they have not worn clothes. You know, that is another behavior. So now we are stacking it now. Those are signs. So now as a parent, you're now saying, okay, he's not talking as he should be talking. He's not playing with his peers as he should be playing with. He just wants to hold on to only one particular toy, or he just wants to eat only one particular food, or he just wants to be in everything must be done in a particular way, or all hell breaks loose. Now those are a pattern that you're seeing. You're seeing a pattern now, and you're now like, okay, this is a pattern. Now there is an issue. I need to talk to a doctor about it. The fourth sign is when you now have sensory integration issue. That is the one when you see they're covering their ears when they hear loud noise, or you turn on a blender and the child just takes off, or you hear a sudden noise, or even this light that I'm looking at. I can see it, I can look at it. A child cannot, because it's bothering them. Or you think that the silent noise of this AC, this fan, they can hear it all. Yes, we don't do over in Nigeria. Yes, so the Uber, but we don't do it in Nigeria. We don't. Yes, but then again, those sounds, those noise, those sudden, you might even think is a natural thing. You know, you hear a car zoom by, vroom, but for them, that vroom is a lot for them to process. So now we have stacked 4 different things in different domains. So now you talk to a doctor. No, so you are not talking to just the teacher or anything. You will now go and talk to the child's doctor, because now there is a pattern, and those patterns need to be discussed with the doctor. Then the doctor will give you a diagnosis of autism. Because remember that sometimes all of these signs, even though it appears, might not still be autism. And so do not go ahead to say, I see this sign, I see this sign, I see this sign. They talk I'm somewhere. Autism. You are not the one to diagnose autism. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shalakwe, Mrs. Shalakwe. I don't know, this doctor thing. Please, can we move forward? Mrs. Shalakwe, Dr. Hope, please come. Mr. Remy, I think I saw him somewhere outside. Mr. Remy Olutimai, please, can we, please welcome them to this high table, please, for me. Thank you. Great. All right, thank you, Mr. Remy. Please join us here. Easy. Any other question, please? I saw some other people. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Ogudin Oladino. Please, like my son, he's very creative. He does creative works. But before you know it, at the end of the day, he will just dismantle everything. So I want you to give me advice that what can I do to encourage him more? Because once he creates anything, he's good in artist work. But before you know it, he will destroy everything back. So what can I do to maintain it?
Thank you. All right. A child who is very creative, and he gets creative, but still goes back to destroy what he has created. Where should we, Mr. Remy?
So I have a question. What does he create?
What does he create?
What's the medium? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Skipping ropes. He can design caps. He uses bottle caps to design so many things. He just developed that skills from himself. It was not being taught from anybody.
Are you familiar with a gentleman called El Anatri?
No.
El Anatri makes Kente installations for museums just using bottle caps. If you go online, you will understand. Because as soon as you said that, I recognize where I'd seen that model of art before. My advice is, when he's done, take it and hide it, and just give him other bottle caps to do. What I suspect, I'm not a professional, though. I'm just using what I've done in before, my own personal experience. I suspect he's dismantling because he's not sure he will get more material. So he's taking it apart so he can put it together. As he takes it apart and puts it together again. Yes, because he's not sure he's going to get more material. It took a while for my parents to actually understand what I was doing. You know? But yeah, he's literally just trying to make more material out of what he has. When he's done, bring more bottle caps, bring more in fact, pack counters somewhere and be giving it to him. That way you have things that you will preserve. Whether I can make money out of it or not, that's another matter entirely. But I promise you this, every time he sees something that he has done, it will add to his sense of self-worth. Okay.
I think I would also add to that. You need to find a place where you can buy those caps, and then Bethel Safe would take the bill. So the more he does that,
Wow.
the more you're encouraging him to create more. And then also we have some of his works at the back. He brought some for us. He just picked it up. I think it was last year that he started this. And we'll take up the bill. Yes. So let him do that, take it away from him, like Mr. Remy said, and then he will do more of it, and then yeah, we'll take it up. We'll take the bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Bethel. Thank you, Dr. Akonde. Thank you. Anything, Mrs. Shalakwe? You want to say something?
No, so I was just going to sum up what everybody else has said, because for every action is a behavior that is dismantling, is telling you something. So, and Remy just told us that it's possible that it's because it doesn't have more. That's what the behavior of that dismantling is about. So he's dismantling it as a behavior, but he's doing that because, like Remy said, he doesn't know where else to get more. And so now that we have realized that that might be, we don't know whether that is, but that might be a reason. So we would provide more material for him and see if he's still doing that, because that's the only way we can understand what is going on. But again, sometimes when he does those things, he sees it, you celebrate him. Let him see the value. Let him see that, oh, okay, this is great because that is giving me some, they say, oh, wow, this is so beautiful. Oh my God, those praises can also form as a boost for him to want to do more. And then it would encourage him, because for me, when my son paints, I will put it on the wall. I'm proud of it. We'll pass by it, we'll celebrate it. That way, he sees that there's value in what he's doing, and he will do more of it, because you want to encourage him to see that when you scatter it, we don't really see the value. But when you leave it and we put it somewhere and we all admire it together, there's value to it. All right?
As a matter of fact, permit me to speak the language, my dialect. Sherry, maybe you should any time to mamashe during the day, so that top oma mokbe from 2 to 4 unfe shekini to batishe efun thumbs up ke well done, this is a very fantastic job. Tí o bá tiẹ̀ dá lójú yín, lójú títí ẹ̀, it's awesome. Ṣe nǹkan tó dáa fún. Then tó bá di the second day, ó ti mọ̀ pé between 2 to 4 òun máa tún ṣe kinní yẹn àti sọ pé a máa fún yín ní owó material yẹn. So the more tẹ́ bá ṣe ń sọ fún pé well done, tó dẹ̀ ṣe between 2 and 4 every day, you find out pé kò ní dismantle ẹ̀ mọ́. And then parents, please try and encourage your children. Nǹkan tó bá ń ṣe, because I know most of us ẹ máa pariwo please, these children do not need that. Ẹ ní láti mọ nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́. Am I embrace it? Sherita, by embrace it, it will be difficult for you as well. Oh, mama told tantrums. Toba sok pe ko lojo ko ni da yin lohun, because nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe jẹ́ kó ṣe. Nǹkan tẹ́yin fẹ́ kó ṣe ẹ̀yin sọ no, wọ́n wà wired bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I have another person with a question here, right, ma'am?
Good afternoon, everyone. I don't know if it's been discussed earlier. My question is around suggestions as to sustainable ways of providing the best support for children with autism. Some parents, I'll say, like myself, have multiples, and you have more than one child, and sometimes we know the cost of care is a lot, and there's no support is very minimal from the government and from society. What are the ways that you can sustainably provide support for your child as a parent, while we are envisioning a better society where this support is readily available and affordable for as many as need the support?
Right, thank you. Dr. Akonde.
Yes,
All right.
that's my area. First and foremost, did you say you have multiple?
2 boys.
You have 2 boys.
Yes.
On the spectrum.
Yes.
Okay. The first thing is you have to love them. You have to show them that love from the bottom of your heart. You have to see them as you don't have to see that spectrum in them for you to love them. Do you understand? And then with the support, I know in this part of the world, the government would not do anything. That's why we have Bethel Xafe. You have Dr. Sholakbe, you have Dr. Hope, and then you have Mr. Remy. I'm gonna see you after the this meeting. Please make sure you see me. We're gonna see how we're gonna help you. We're gonna find a psychologist. Do you have a pediatrician? Do they go see a doctor? Because at the end of the day, it is not all pediatrician knows what autism is all about. Let me tell you that. It is not all doctors. So we're going to be working with the help of Dr. Hope. She's in Lagos. She will find us a psychologist, and then we have a speech therapist on ground. Dr. Hope is going to help us with a physical therapy, everything that you need. We're going to work around you. That's why I said, see me after this meeting. We'll be able to help you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please, can we just appreciate Bethel Xafe Autism Foundation? It's all about helping, making sure you are happy. Oh, God bless you, ma. Thank you. Any other question, please? Somebody else? Questions? Questions? It's about that moment we need to ask questions. Parents, what are the things you see? What are the things you want to know about? And you will want answers to them. Parents, questions, please. Ladies and gentlemen, questions? Látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn òbí, kí ni ìbéèrè tí ẹ fẹ́ béèrè? Mrs. Abiade, okay. Welcome you once again. Thank you.
The question is, I thought that allowing him to, you always want to play with the younger ones because those ones understand him better than the bigger ones. Even sometimes the bigger ones to laugh at him. But I thought it's better for him to move with the older ones so that at least he will learn from them. Now, I allowed him to move with the older ones, and I said that he learns, should I say, negative things from them. Now, I'm thinking, should I just keep correcting, or I should just allow him to be with the people he wants to be with? So I'm kind of confused in that.
All right. Okay, Dr. Remy. Sorry, Remy.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
All right. Yabeji, good to see you. So it's like controlling you all the time. Allow him to live his life. And you see that these younger ones are more tolerant. They allow him express himself. They allow him be himself. So we are tilted towards human beings naturally are tilted to the people that allow them be themselves, be the best they can be. Rather than forcing him to follow or always controlling, he will begin to avoid you too. And don't forget that he's growing. The hormones are coming up. Before you know it, that resistance, he begins to reply you too. So allow him be himself and express himself, please. Yeah?
So I was going to say from personal experience, as in I can markedly remember at least 3 times in my life where I literally went a class back, and I was more comfortable with people who were my juniors, now my mates. I went to class back in primary 1. And I'm still friends with the people who became my seniors eventually. But the people that I went back in primary 1, there's a way that I was so very comfortable with them. I can't begin to explain. I can't really explain it. Same thing in secondary school. The people that I was mates with finally when I finished primary school, they became my seniors in secondary school when I took a year. I lost a year and went back. And the strange thing, the funny thing about the secondary school thing is that I finished secondary school, I graduated. It is my school sons, the people who are, they said below me, that I am closer to than the people who are my mates. It's not about age, not about what do they know. Who accepts you as you are? Because the thing is that I have to agree that socially speaking, when it comes to social cues, I have been very slow. I got married at 39. It's very, very slow. There's things I cannot pick up. I can't pick up certain signals. It must be a friend who notices and has mentioned it 3, 4, or 5 times per person before I realize, oh, that's what this person means. Or this is what this person is saying. If it's with people my age or a bit older, they can't help it. They tend to be mean. This guy, you're not sharp now. This guy, nobody wants to hear that all the time now. The negative things that he's picking up, they are the things that he does that they find acceptable. It's not something that he wants to do. That's just him adapting to the social dynamic that he finds himself in. But I find that if he's with people who are younger than him, one default that happens is that he will be protective. All my school sons in secondary school, they all knew, this was at least 2 classes down, they all knew if they got into trouble, just run they will find a way and find me. And when they would get to me, whoever was pursuing them would just end the chase. Because I didn't realize it was a side of that social justice thing about autism. But I've always been that if you are being unfair to somebody, I will tear you down. No? I will tear you down. Why? The person is not your mate. The person is not strong. Is not stronger than you. The person is already afraid. Why are you being mean? You get. So let the circles that it doesn't forget about the age. Who is he being his best, most comfortable self? You know, that's I think that's a good compass. That's good.
Well, thank you.
And I think I would add something to it. Most times when we're looking at society expectation of what we think should be, we always forget to pay attention to the child. And everything we do has to revolve around the child's needs. What does the child need at that moment? He needs friends that understand him, not mommy that says you are 10 years old, behave like a 10-year-old. Because at the end of the day, the 10-year-old that they are not really his friends, but he wants friendship, and he has chosen this sort of friends. So it's up to you to accept. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Akonde.
No, I was just going to say, NUB, Tebani Ibere, Ebere, Eleso Idewa, Edeleso Ide Gesi. Ebere, Ibere, Teba Febere, Emma Tiju, we're here to help you. Àwọn bí báyìí láti ràn yín lọ́wọ́, láti fún yín ní, láti gbà yín ní ìmọ̀jú, láti tọ́ yín sí ibi tó yẹ kẹ́ lọ, láì san kọ́bọ̀. So ẹ béèrè ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá fẹ́.
Ẹ já béèrè ìbéèrè tí ó bá wà lọ́kàn wa, nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn. Òun náà ni dókítà ti sọ yìí o. Please, let's not shy away. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. But before I come back to that side, I have a sister here. All right. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I have a friend who has an autistic brother, and I was skeptical about asking, but I had to ask her because they are quite private with their family life. And while we were in secondary school, when we go to pick him from school, whenever he does something bad and she cautions him, he goes quiet. And now he's done with secondary school and he's about to enter the university, but now he has gone into full isolation mode. He doesn't like talking to people. But now the bad part of it is whenever he's in isolation mode, he's doing something mischievous. Is either destroying something, ruining something. And his mom, he's holding back about him going to the university. My friend wants him to still go to the university, so they are conflicted as to where the boy should stay. And I had to ask her, presently at this event, is it okay to? And if there is any solution as to what to do with the boy, because the mom is scared now that if he has to go to the uni, no one is going to go there with him. They would only check up on him, but they can't stay with him. And I don't think there's a university for autistic children. So she doesn't know what to do, if to homeschool the boy or just leave him. Everyone is just confused. So if there's a way you can help or any solution that can be offered to the boy, I would highly appreciate on behalf of my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That's.
I would classify him as a high performing autistic. Growing up, I think the mother didn't understand what she was dealing with and kind of made him not reach his full potential. So at the point he is now, he has no choice but to go to a mainstream school. But I think he would go through maybe some kind of behavioral therapy, school and all that before he actually, but he has to go through because he's a high performing autistic. Other people will tell you more.
All right, Dr. Shalakwe. Oh, okay, Dr. Konde, please.
So, from your explanation, I think, and I want to be certain that the parents did not accept the fact that the boy is on the spectrum, and then they really, really talked down on him. They scolded him so much that he went into isolation. So they have to find a way to turn it over, which is going to be difficult because he's already going into a college. Going to college in this part of the world, no. He's not going to function. And then if he does, like you rightly said, he's damaging things. He's going to be very destructive, not only to himself, he's going to be a danger to his own environment as well. Because you know what? His parents did not accept the fact that he's on the spectrum. He didn't go see a psychologist. There was no therapy, no nothing for him. How do you expect that kind of a child to function where the parents are not? Because at home, he wasn't accepted. Who's going to accept him? No, that's why he decides to, when he's on his own, when he's in own, maybe in his room, he's been isolated, he's destroying things. Because that's the only thing he can do by himself that nobody sees. Do you understand? But when he goes out there and mommy sees that he's destroying something, they scold him. Why are you scolding him? You're not explaining to him what he's doing is wrong. Like I said, I have kids that are on the spectrum. When they do such things, I let them understand what you're doing is wrong. So what we do, we have a schedule, we have a structure whereby, and I think I've showed the structure, the video before. They have, because they have what's it called? A routine whereby you see everything, and then we are in their lives as well. When we need to correct them, they see the right thing to do on the board. They see the right thing to do. There's stickers everywhere, so they know the right thing. because I've accepted the fact that they're on the spectrum. I don't want them to go out there and be stealing. So there's no stealing, no taking what is not yours in a drawing form on the wall. So they see all of those things. They go for therapy. There's a speech, there's occupational, there's physical, there's AB, right? They go to all of this. There's a counselor, there's a play group. They go to all of, so they're in the society is embracing them. And then we parents are embracing them. But if for the parents, they've not done all of this and they want to send that child to college, they need to think twice.
Yeah.
Right?
It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
But they need to think twice.
So I have a few things to add from the area of behavior analysts. The first thing is behavior is learned. And what they've taught that child by default is that when you're on your own, it's okay to destroy. I don't care what you do in your own space. But when you go outside, it's not okay to destroy things. By default, that's what they've taught that child. And so now that they know that the child is going into a larger world, they are scared. And the issue here is because you have reinforced certain behavior. Reinforcement means that you have told him it's okay to do this and it's not okay to do that, right? You've reinforced that for every time you do this, I don't care what you do in private, right? Yes. And so now they would have to they have a long way to go with the child. That child can't go into college right now because that child has to unlearn certain behaviors. He has to unlearn the fact that, because I'm in isolation does not mean that I destroy things. You have to also, because you're taking that behavior away, that's the destruction and all of that. What are you replacing that behavior with? Because it's very important when you have, life is balanced like this. So if I lift something from this hand, what happens is this hand goes down, this one comes up. But it has to always be balanced. So that child will look for something else to replace that behavior with. And that is what that child has done. I'm isolated, I am bored, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. He might be doing it for attention. Because again, we don't know the reason why the function of that behavior is unknown to us. We don't know why, maybe the reason why he's doing those things is to get attention from mommy or to escape from society. Right. I know that if I start destroying things, mommy will send me to my room. I don't want to talk to anybody right now. So what do? I knock this down, mommy sends me to my room. And so I've learned it that anytime I don't want to talk to anybody, I just knock things down. Then they just say, go to your room. And so I have learned that behavior, that is the only way. Do you understand what I'm saying? It could also be for attention. It might be that every time he does that, everybody will go, yeah. So until we understand the function of the reason why he's even doing that behavior, he cannot go to school. He cannot go to the university on his own. However, he can go with the right support. And what is the right support? By putting the right behavior intervention to support his behaviors in school. So what are we doing? This behavior, I need to know what function is this behavior serving? Is it attention? Is it escape? Is it a sensory thing? Okay, great. Now I know the function of this behavior. Now that I know the function of the behavior, I'm going to build a replacement behavior for that behavior that he's doing. So rather than you scattering things, when you are alone in your room, how about we do a productive thing? How about we do puzzles if that child likes puzzles? I don't know. I'm just saying. So that's a replacement behavior. I'm just, And so he's doing those things. He's learning that I can be in isolation and still enjoy myself. I don't have to, because I'm in isolation, do a behavior that is problematic. Do you understand? And so it is until that child learns those things, then he starts to become well supported. And then I can now transition that child. Still with the support. You're not going to pull back that support. That's the person giving that intervention. You're not going to pull it back until you're sure that that child is, enough to stand on his own without that support. But you can't send that child in just like that to the university without all of this. First, unlearning the behavior, then, giving a replacement behavior to that behavior that is a problem, and then making sure that there's adequate support and intervention for that child, and then now pushing that child to the next level.
Thank you. Thank you. Please let's put our hands together.
I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Just
I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
I just need to add something to what everybody said because it's a lived experience for me. I'm a concern I have is that his parents may feel that he might fall behind. If he doesn't go to university now, he might fall behind. But if he takes to university now, it's going to be a problem. That falling behind, that's just an illusion. No, really, it's an illusion. I studied chemical engineering for 4 years. Those 4 years helped me adjust to the social dynamics of university life. I then left chemical engineering to study mass communication at Babcock University. What I learned in Babcock University is what I'm still practicing now. But I needed that buffer. That investment, maybe it's a year, maybe it's 2 years, maybe it's enough. He needs that thing to, for everything everyone has said so far. Like I said, I'm speaking from personal experience. Everybody has been pointing out about the parents needing to understand the child. Nobody has asked, how is he understanding himself? No, nobody's asking that. And he wants to understand himself. The only feedback he gets is from his parents, is from the people around him. So he says, okay, maybe I must be mean. Okay, maybe I must be destructive. Maybe this is where I get my... He wants to understand. I really wanted to understand myself. Yeah, so as in like, whatever time he needs for them to invest, for him to get the behavior adjustment, the training, just the changes in response, stimuli response, whatever he needs, give it to him. So that when he goes out, after he invests, is that going to, but nobody's going to follow into marriage. You understand? When he gets married, there's not going to be any support. You get, so whatever they can, whatever time it takes, however long it takes, just do it. Just as in, I promise you, just do it. He will be fine. He will be fine. But just do it.
Last.
All right.
Last, you'll be fine.
All right. Thank you. There was something she wanted to add, and also somebody wanted to contribute to what you had said. But let me take hers first.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. You said something about taking time to unlearn those behaviors. Now, Ni has a problem. This issue of not going to college, he likes the outside world. He wants to be out there. He's presently conflicted that his mates are in school and he's not being allowed to process. And that's one of the reasons why he's becoming more hardened. So when he stays at home, the concept of you should wait a while and let's understand you is putting a lot of pressure on him. So I don't know how he's going to take that time to unlearn those toxic behaviors while he's being conflicted that he's at home and he cannot go to school. And then the concept of understanding himself, I think he's really having trouble with that, understanding who he is. So he just flexes into anywhere. He doesn't really know where to balance himself. I think that's a very big problem for him. So I don't know how he's going to do it. I don't know how the parents are going to do it. I don't know how they're going to have him, just stay for a little while. Let's understand you before you go to the outside world. Because he wants to go to the outside world. But then whenever he faces, it doesn't even have to be a backlash. It could be just a simple no. And he's going into isolation. He just wants to be by himself. So I don't know what the timing and he being able to sit in that timing is going to be like.
So,
Thank you.
With a child like that, like we said earlier on, they have not showed him the love. Every time he's been scolded, he goes into isolation. So, for me not to go into isolation, let me go out. It's very simple. You don't love me at home, let me go outside. The outside, he wants to be loved. He wants to go see what the world is. The world, not everybody's going to scold him. So when they say no, and then you don't even use that word NO for a child on the spectrum. You tell them it's not appropriate. This is not the appropriate time. We'll do it later. But when you tell a child, no, you cannot have it, you're looking for trouble. You don't say no outrightly. It's not appropriate. It's inappropriate. Appropriate and inappropriate. Those are the words that we use, and it works. But when you say no, then you're looking for trouble. They don't like to hear that word no. So going back to what you said, he wants to go outside because home is not conducive enough for him. Period.
All right, thank you.
See, listening to him, you would have gotten all the answers to what should be done. And if I'm to put it out there for you well, the parents and this boy need to see a psychologist. The boy will go through a session of a therapy, and he'll be going out, he'll be having appointments and all that. And that's the time the behavioral therapy will take place. So see, like that, even the parents, she has said it, that they didn't love him. They also they are part of the therapy too. They will go through therapy too. And forget about the time that will pass. That time is well managed. He told us how he went to do chemical engineering, from there back to man. See, let's sow that time, and you will reap it later, because the boy would have found himself, he would have adjusted, his behavior will be adjusted, and be able to tolerate other people around him.
How old is this child, if I may ask?
Yemi is 16.
Yeah, so the 16-year-old might be acting like a 10-year-old child. That's another thing. He might not be 16 up here. So they need to go and find out who this child is. The parents need to. It's going to be a huge thing for them.
So another thing I was going to ask when you started talking was, if he likes to go out, what is it in that outside that is interesting him? Those are the things you have to first understand. Again, I say this every time. Behavior is communication. Is going outside because there's something out there that is feeding that is joy bucket. He's not getting it at home, but he's getting it outside. So you need to first identify, what is it that is that outside? Is it that he just likes the company of people around him? So if he does like the company of the people around him, that does not translate that he has to go to college. He can still have the company of those people around him and still get the intervention that he needs before he goes to college. That intervention is very key to him having a different outlook to life. Because if they don't do it now, they are just going to they would still have to do it in future. Like he said, they're not going to follow him to his marital home. So, or you want to send him to the university, and at the end of the day, he spends 10 years in the university and there's nothing to show for it. So there's so many, so you think you don't want to waste time now, but then you end up paying for it in future. So why don't you take the time out and fix it now when you can? And again, because you know what it is that is looking for outside, still ensure that that environment, those friendship, that, is still there. He's still contacting those things, but he's getting the help that he needs to be able to thrive. That is the most important thing in all of this.
So what's his name?
What's his name?
His name is Yemi.
Yemi.
Please tell Yemi's parents from me, I promise you he's worth the investment.
Yes, it is worth the investment.
He's really worth the investment. There were times, the things that I was aware of the effect that I was having on my parents. My mother won't notice when I catch her crying in private. And it will be from after a conversation with an older relative. And I knew it had to be about me. You get, he's aware, but the thing is that investment, it is worth it. He is worth it. He is worth it.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. There's a contribution that Mr. Mark also wanted to add to everything you had said before I move on.
Thank you. I think the two last questions asked, they're very, very interesting. And, and I love all the answers given.
Can we
the
have
last-
it quiet, please, parents?
From the last question regarding the 16-year-old young man, I was just going to summarize. All the feedback we got, the beautiful, the wonderful, but I believe that child needs an initial needs and risk assessment. After the initial needs and risk assessment, you've identified the needs, you identified the risk, then you have you put a treatment plan in place. So that treatment plan, so if it's low, medium, or high, if it's high, you say, well, it's not time to go to university. Let's work with you to bring it down to a manageable situation. And then you look at the support networks you have available. What sort of support do you have in the university that would complement the work you're doing with the child? And armed with that, I bet you the parents can happily allow the child, once he's medium or low, he can go to university and he would do well. It might be slow, but he would he will get there in the end.
Eventually.
It's just going to be chapter by chapter. And there was a very beautiful question asked by Mama Beji there, the teacher. She asked a very good question about her child. When the child is with the older boys, he picks up some negative things, and the younger ones, what should we, do? And that's, for me, the first thing that struck me was that's learning through association. And what is learning? Learning is a relative change in behavioral tendencies. And one of the masters in Dr. Maria Montessori, who pushed for child-centered education. What she did was, let the child grow at, his own pace. So as long as as they grow and they engage the three domains, the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain, the child would click at some point. It might be slow, but with the right support again, they would learn. It's gradual. It's over a given period of time. That's they would learn, and then they would become what what they want to be, or what the society expects at that particular age. So it's beautiful, but it's just I had to contribute this because apart from being an entrepreneur, I have a background in education. And a lot of the things we did in education, we did the child development psychology. I did a bit of special education. And over the years, I've had to deal with children of various ages, either as a teacher or either through, different ways, even as a parent. So yes, all the answers are right, but I just think there is hope, and first, have that child assessed, identify the needs of the child, and then let's have a structured treatment plan. The child might not be autistic, I don't know, because you have to be assessed first to be certified and identified as, but if not, it could just be other behavioral issues. It might be I'm used to doing things my own way. But let's just assess the child first. And then we now know how to position them, help them get to the top of their game. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mark. Thank you, Mr. Mark. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Ah, boy. Does anybody have any other question? Because I think it's that moment. Okay, let me take the final lap from the panelists. Let me start with Mr. Remy. Advice, cities. Okay, sorry. Before I go, yes, somebody asked a question. Somebody? Is there any other? Okay, your question was that there are times where you have someone who who is older than his age but does things like a child. Is that it, sir? Those older than his age, maybe it's 15 or 18 or 20, but those things like a 7-year-old or 8-year-old child, some not on his age level. Rather than doing it on his age level, he does things whereby lower than his age. There are times whereby you have someone who is younger but does things like someone who is older than that age.
All right, so let's just correct something now.
Yes, sir.
There's internal age and there's physical age. They don't happen at the same place. They don't. Till I don't know when it happened for me, but I fell in love with the smell of paper.
Paper.
Yes. When my mom had friends who were university dons and professors, and when we'd go visit their houses, maybe for like the weekend or just for holidays, it would, as soon as I enter the house, I can smell the library.
Wow.
I was like 7, and I would disappear. No, to me, I'm just following the scent until I can, as in, when it's strongest behind the door, I know the library is there. And I'll open it, and I'll go in, and I'll look for books, and I'll read. It didn't matter if I understood what it was about, but I would read. But that was where I was, in quotes, seen to be older than my age. The truth is this, that's where I was comfortable. Words did not judge me. Words were not yelling at me. This was somebody who I would probably never meet, who's just talking to me based on where they were. Whether I understood or not, that was all on me. So if someone is physically 15 years old and is displaying behavior of a 7-year-old, that's where they feel safe. That's where they feel safe. That's where they feel seen. That's where, if they do so and so, they understand it and people outside can understand it. So they don't have to find themselves explaining or defending anything.
All right.
I don't know how to do. There's a story, but I'll have to leave my friend's name out of it. Okay. As I grow older, my meltdowns matured. I have a friend when I was in Babcock University. People kept looking at him very strangely. I didn't know it was autism. Like I said, I didn't have the word. I didn't have that label. I saw him, a very sweet person. But when he'd get tired or frustrated, he would find a disused desk and he would dismantle it. This guy is slim, he's not big. He would dismantle this thing. He would throw it up. He would find something, knock against it. When it was finally dismantled, he would find
relief.
So like she said, behavior is learned. It's a signal. It's letting you know. So whether the person is behaving above their age or lower than their age, they are behaving exactly where they are inside. So don't push them to what you can see. Push them, communicate with them according to the behavior that they are displaying.
Thank you, Mr. Remy.
All right, so
Dr.
we're wired differently. You are me, and I'm Hope. Age is just a number. People are even encouraged to I think the Bible encourages us to have the mind of little children, play, be young at heart. That's what they say. You don't have to carry your age on your head, on your face, and do things that you love, that you have a passion for. Like you said, where you are accepted, where you are comfortable, you are whatever or whichever age group makes you. Some people like to follow older people, and before you know it, they start looking as old as them too. So, for me, it's I will not judge anybody by who they associate with. We are even encouraged to be young at heart.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together for members of the panelists on this high table. Wow. Please let's put our hands together for them. Wow. Thank you. My. Honestly, you have really opened up quite a whole lot and brought relief to some of us where we used to think this way, but it should be this way and just it stays this way. Doctor, I don't know. Just like I was giving Dr. Sholakwe, I was saying Dr. Sholakwe, I'm now saying Dr. Remy. Mr. Remy, I like Oluti Mai. I'd like to thank you most sincerely, sir. Please, let's appreciate Mr. Remy. Oluti Mai, please. Thank you so much. Dr. Hope, the hope in you is for the future, now and for the future. That hope we will rely on. Thank you so much. Mrs. Sholakwe Azazi, thank you so much. Please appreciate Mrs. Sholakwe for me also. And also, please help me appreciate also Dr. Oluwatose Akonde. Please, let's put our hands together for all of them. Thank you. You can go back to your seats now. Please, let's put our hands together for them as they step down. Thank you. Easy there. Easy, ma'am. Easy. Easy. Thank you. Thank you. Please, let's take a picture first before you go. Mr. Remy, why at the extreme? Be in the middle, then let Dr. Hope break it down like that. Yeah, I think it's easier that way. When we're small, they will say, she say cheese. You to say cheese. Thank you. And immediately after the picture here, please, we're almost done. The presentation of gifts to these amazing children is next. And I will, yes. The presentation of gifts is next. Then we will take the closing remarks. Mr. Oye Akonde, please, if you're around, please stand by. Thank you so much. Let's do the presentation of gifts right about now. I'd like to... I've just been told that one of the young, amazing kids that we have, Chidima, right? Chidindu. Okay, Chidindu. Don't mind me. When the AC gets into my head, then it begins to malfunction. But then I'll get it right. I've been told that he's an artist, and he's one of those who have done quite a whole lot of beautiful artistic work behind us. So please, if we look back, if we can, for those of us facing this way, we can look backwards and see some of these great job. And I have been told that Mrs. Azazi, one of our sons, is also part of the artist here. Sorry. Wow. Uncle Mr. Edo, please come. Let's see the great works that DJ slide music, please. How you doing? Bring it down a bit. Bring it down a bit. Let's come together.